Have you ever felt that chill down your spine just imagining being stranded in the middle of nowhere? Surrounded by snowy mountains in temperatures so cold the air feels like it cuts your skin? Now, picture being there with a machine built to face all of it. A mechanical beast roaring through the white silence like it owns the Arctic. Before today's high-tech snowmobiles and SUVs, there were vintage snow machines, created with raw power, brilliant engineering, and more than a little madness. That took on the impossible. Let me ask you something. Can you imagine what off-road snow monsters looked like back in the 1940s, 50s, or 60s? Would you believe that some of them were so far ahead of their time, they're still impressive today? Ready to discover the most insane vintage snow off-road machines you never knew existed? Stick with me, because the last one on this list is going to blow your mind. Snowcat 1946. Built right after World War II by Tucker Snowcat Corporation in the United States, the Snowcat was one of the earliest successful attempts to create a reliable vehicle for deep snow and frozen terrain. It came with a 4-cylinder engine that produced between 70 and 90 horsepower, depending on the version, enough to haul heavy loads across snowy mountain trails and remote icy roads. But the real secret? It's 4 independent tracks, allowing it to float over snow like it was surfing on frozen waves. With all-wheel traction and a rugged aluminum frame, the Snowcat made a deep, growling sound that echoed across the quiet wilderness. A constant reminder that man was challenging nature with sheer ingenuity. It was used in scientific expeditions, remote patrol missions, and most famously in the 1955 Trans-Antarctic expedition, where it crossed the frozen continent. Collectors today see it as a legendary piece of machinery, some fully restoring them and showing them off like vintage muscle cars. What made the Snowcat insane for its time was that it could travel where even military tanks failed. It rewrote the rules of snow travel. Think that's wild? Wait until you see what's coming next. Active Snow Track 1957. Made in Sweden by AB Westeros Maskiner. The Active Snow Track had a friendly, toy-like appearance, but it was built like a true snow warrior. It was powered by a 4-cylinder gas engine taken straight from a Volkswagen Beetle, producing about 40 horsepower. Not much, right? But thanks to its lightweight design and low-friction rubber tracks, it could glide over snow like butter on a hot pan. The enclosed heated cabin made it surprisingly comfortable, and its rubberized tracks ensured it wouldn't get stuck, even in deep powder. This machine was used for patrol missions, winter tourism, and light transport across Norway, Sweden, and even parts of Canada. The Snow Track gained international fame when NATO began using it in snowy environments. It also became a favorite at ski resorts and research stations in the polar regions. What made this little machine so insane was that it could operate in temperatures as low as -40 degrees, something almost unheard of for gas-powered engines at the time. People even called it the Volkswagen of the snow. Now hold on tight, the next one is like a muscle car on tracks. Thiokol Sprite 1200 Snowcat, 1961. Made in the United States by Thiokol, the Sprite 1200 looked like it drove straight out of a sci-fi movie from the 1960s, with its rounded body, bright paint, and futuristic charm. It was powered by a 5-liter V8 gas engine pushing out about 135 horsepower. That gave it enough muscle to climb icy trails, roam frozen forests, and power through snow-covered hills. Its dual wide tracks and heavy-duty suspension gave it excellent balance and grip. This made it a go-to for mountain rescue teams, utility companies, and emergency response units in remote, snowy regions. And the sound? That V8 rumble was unmistakable, deep and bold, shaking the air around it. The Sprite was widely used across North America throughout the 1960s and 70s. What made it insane was that it combined the muscle car vibe with off-road capability in snow, a concept nobody had seen before. It even became a pop culture icon, featured in movies and TV shows. If you think that was impressive, the next one floats like a snow serpent through the wilderness. Loving this trip through Snow Machine's history? Drop a like and help us keep the channel going. Haggllands BV202, 1964. Coming from Sweden, the Haggllands BV202 looked like a mechanical centipede built to conquer the Arctic. This machine had two connected compartments with a flexible joint between them, allowing it to twist and turn through harsh terrain. Powered by a 6-cylinder gas engine delivering about 110 horsepower, it could carry more than 1,300 kilograms of cargo over terrain that would stop even military trucks. And get this, it could float. If it fell through thin ice, it would just keep going. It was fully amphibious, used by the Swedish and British militaries, as well as in civilian rescue operations in freezing regions. It earned legendary status for its versatility. It was considered insane because it offered 3 rare abilities in one package: full traction, cargo hauling in deep snow, and amphibious mobility. In the 1960s, the machines are getting wilder. The next one comes straight from Soviet tundras. Trom-20, 1970s. From the icy heart of Siberia came the Trom-20, a Soviet beast built for deep exploration and harsh military operations. It was equipped with an 8-cylinder inline diesel engine, pushing around 180 horsepower. It wasn't built for speed, but for unstoppable traction and payload strength. Weighing tons and looking like a cross between a tank and a snowmobile, the Trom-20 could carry over 5 tons through unstable ice, frozen rivers, and endless tundra. Its deep growling engine noise echoed like a polar bear's roar, and the machine would cause the ground to vibrate when it passed. It was used to maintain pipelines and deliver supplies to isolated Siberian outposts, often staying active for weeks without shutting down. What made it insane? It was designed to never turn off in -50 degrees Celsius temperatures, because once you turned it off, restarting was next to impossible. If you think that's serious engineering, wait for what's next. This one helped build the frozen north. Nodwell 110, 1960s. Built in Canada by Robin Nodwell Limited, the Nodwell 110 may look simple, but it earned its place as one of the most trusted off-road machines in some of the harshest places on Earth. It had a V8 gas engine delivering about 210 horsepower and was designed to support oil and gas companies needing to reach places where regular trucks simply couldn't. Its wide tracks and highly flexible suspension allowed it to float over deep snow, frozen marshes, and icy terrain with stability and control. The cab was spacious, with panoramic windows and simple controls, making it incredibly user-friendly for the time. Used widely in northern Canada, Alaska, and even parts of Norway, the Nodwell was the go-to transport solution for frozen wilderness. What made this machine insane was that it could run for months without heavy maintenance, hauling tons of fuel and gear in -40-degree temperatures without missing a beat. And that deep engine growl across the frozen plains, pure soundtrack of Arctic survival. Think that's rugged? The next one looks like it came straight from a Soviet science fiction film. Gas 3351 Alut, 2000s, Soviet-inspired design. The Gas 3351 Alut is a modern-day machine with deep Soviet roots. Developed in Russia for military and rescue operations in the country's most remote and frozen regions, it's part Snowcat, part armored crawler. It features a 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine, pushing about 130 horsepower. But its strength lies in its articulated design. 2 cabins connected like a flexible snake, offering incredible maneuverability in snow and ice. The look is surreal, boxy, matte-colored, with rectangular windows and oversized tracks, like something out of a post-apocalyptic movie. The Alut is still used by military forces and emergency crews in the far east of Russia, especially in areas like Kamchatka, where volcanic terrain and blizzards are the norm. What made this machine insane was its ability to pivot almost in place despite being over 8 meters long, a rare skill that's critical when navigating tight, frozen paths. From here on out, these machines cross the line between human engineering and madness. If you're as obsessed with snow engineering as we are, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next machines are on another level. Ural 5920, 1980s. The Ural 5920 is a Soviet heavyweight built to transport cargo in the frozen swamps and tundras where nothing else could survive. It had a V8 diesel engine with 14 liters of displacement, producing around 300 horsepower, and was fully amphibious. Yes, this machine could literally float and sail through rivers and frozen lakes. Its 6 low-pressure tires and full-time all-wheel drive made it ideal for carrying over 5 tons of cargo in harsh winter conditions. The interior was Spartan but functional, while the sound of the engine was more like a thunderous growl, loud enough to echo for miles across frozen landscapes. It was used in military operations and to transport supplies to remote Siberian villages, drilling sites, and infrastructure hubs. What made the Ural 5920 insane was its combination of heavy payload, amphibious capability, and unmatched durability. It could go where planes couldn't land, and snowcats couldn't survive. And if that blew your mind, the next one is pure Soviet muscle on wheels. MAZ 538 1960s. Built in Belarus during the Cold War, the MAZ 538 is a beast forged for war. Later repurposed for extreme off-road use in snow, ice, and swamp. It was powered by a monstrous V12 diesel engine with 38 liters of displacement, producing over 500 horsepower. That's enough to pull just about anything, and it did. Its massive wheels, heavy-duty suspension, and fortified steel body made it look and feel like a rolling fortress. Operators had to wear ear protection inside because the engine was so loud. Weighing more than 20 tons, it was used to tow everything from missiles and fighter jets to prefab housing units, all across icy tundras. What made it insane? It was a military-grade machine designed for battlefield logistics, adapted to civilian life in some of the coldest, harshest places on Earth. And if you think this is the limit, brace yourself for number 1. MM1 Terra Cruiser, 1950s. Here it is, the most insane snow off-road machine ever built, the MM1 Terra Cruiser. Created in the United States in the 1950s by Goodyear, yes, the tire company, this experimental monster was built with a single purpose: go anywhere, through anything, no matter what. It featured 4 ultra-massive inflatable tires, each over 2 meters tall, with flexible pressure systems that allowed them to adapt to any terrain: snow, sand, mud, you name it. With a V8 engine pushing around 400 horsepower, the MM1 wasn't just strong, it was downright bizarre. It didn't use tracks, yet it could handle deep snow better than most snowcats of its time. Its design looked alien: skeletal frame, towering tires, high cabin, and industrial aesthetic. Like something from a Cold War-era science experiment, it was tested by the US military in Alaska and Arctic regions, but never mass-produced due to its complexity and cost. What made it insane? It was too advanced and too ambitious for its time. A futuristic snow beast built decades before the world was ready for it. Today we saw more than machines. We witnessed legends, each with its own story, its own purpose, each built to conquer the unforgiving white wilderness. These aren't just vehicles, they're engineering marvels that made life, work, and even exploration possible in places where most people would never dare to go. Now tell me, which one of these machines would you be brave enough to drive? And which one gave you chills just hearing about it? If you're into this kind of content, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because every week we bring you the most epic machines ever built for snow, ice, and extreme conditions. See you in the next video.